Hi, my name is Alyssa Fleming, and I will be talking to you about Target and how they've been hitting the mark since 1962 and some tidbits about their social media. So, what is Target? Target is a large retail store that has prided themselves on customer service and sold products ranging from socks to toys and everything in between. A little bit of history about the brand. They opened their first Target store in 1962 in Minnesota, and the name and logo was created. 1966, the first store outside of Minnesota opened, so pretty quick to get out of Minnesota and start expanding the brand. 1968, they re-looked at the bullseye and updated just a little bit so that they would be more modernized. Some more tidbits. First distribution center opened in 1969. 1974, they introduced the planograms, which are still used now. They're basically just the retail product display that makes it easy for shoppers. 1975, the weekly ad is introduced in the Sunday paper, and it is still runs in the Sunday paper today, so a long history of weekly ads that people look forward to. Some other things, in 1988, they introduced the UPC, the scanning system, so that they could track their products better, and they were one of the first to do so. 1990, they added bigger stores, 50% bigger store, bigger aisles. Again, listening to their customers and giving them what they wanted. 1995, they opened the credit card and the Super Target. They also, in 1999, added Bullseye, the dog that they have in stores, in a little statue actually near the kids department. So most stores have that Bullseye in there, and that's become a traditional icon for them. They expanded their food options in 2009. In 2010, they donated $1 billion to education and hit that mark, so that was great. 2012, they added the Neiman Marcus collaboration and really started doing collaborations with a lot of brands, which is really exciting. 2012, they began their mobile focus, and they also celebrated 50 years, which is good timing for them to kind of readjust and get that situated. Some other things, 2015, Lilly Pulitzer collaboration came in. Again, so the collaborations were great because they were trying to bring expensive brands into Target and showcase to a different audience than maybe a Lilly Pulitzer or Neiman Marcus were used to. Clothing items, I think they ranged under $50. Typically, Lilly Pulitzer is a $250 and up kind of deal, so that was nice that they introduced that. I know from experience that the stores sold out within a few minutes. People were running. It was crazy. It was a lot of talk on social media. Buy, sell pages came up on Facebook where people were trying to trade their items and sell their items and mark up the Target items. So it was something kind of innovative for Target to collaborate with them. So what does Target sell? Sells clothes, shoes, health care items. They teamed up with CVS as well, so now CVS is their healthcare, food and beverage, and then their most expensive item that I could find was $10,000, and is that jukebox that you see right there. So if you want to have a party, you can go to Target and grab that. I think they only sell it online now. So who shops at Target? Well, it seems like everyone does. If you've ever been in a Target parking lot on a Saturday or Sunday, it does seem pretty crowded. But realistically, it's mostly women. As you can see, female dominates 75% to the 25 male component. 25 to 34-year-olds make up 23%. And also at the top left graph, you can see against their competitors, and Target is in the orange. So you could see that 25 to 44 really make up the bulk of Target's age range, which you can see at the bottom. The median age is 40, so that makes sense. Median household income is approximately $64K, which is a little bit higher than their competitors like Walmart as well. Again, some numbers, 1,816 stores in the U.S., 323,000 team members, so that's a good bit of red shirts, khaki uniforms walking around this world. Walmart is a direct competitor, Publix is a grocery competitor, and then they have 39 distribution centers. Target is on Facebook. So they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, Google Plus, YouTube, Pinterest, and Instagram. They have a lot of followers. You can see the followers at underneath the name of the social media platform. As you could tell from the history, Target has a long history of listening to their customers, and they also do this online. So I took a look at the Facebook following. The number at the top, you can see the number went up. On about 3 days ago, their number was 23,846,034 followers, and that number did go up to 23,849,330. So they did go up a little bit. They did not post very much over the last 3 days because I was monitoring them. No, I'm not sure why they didn't, but they've only posted a few times. So I think the numbers are a little bit lower than what they might be if I monitored them next week or last week. But they had 19,472 reactions over the course of the last week. This is reactions to their Facebook posting. 1,597 comments. Again, I do think that number is a little bit low, but they did not have as many posts as they traditionally have. 1,766 shares. I also put a graph in from monitoring their accounts. They typically post a photo a day. The only time they didn't post a photo was during the natural disasters, the hurricanes we've had in the U.S. the last month or so with Hurricane Irma and then Harvey. They posted about the events, but they did not post photos. Otherwise, they have been posting photos pretty much with every single post. So the visual is there. They are very visual with all their posts, which makes sense because they're selling retail. So you do need to see the items you're going to buy. Which was kind of interesting, though, that they did not do it during the hurricanes. And it makes sense. It's a little bit sensitive subject, so it's nice to have that sensitivity and that they're listening and not tone deaf to what's going on in the world. So 2 references. On the left is a visitor post that was posted, and she had an issue with a toy that she bought, and she actually ended up at the ER with her son because the toy broke. Target has not reached back out to her yet. It's been less than 24 hours. I do think they will reach back out based on the evidence that they reach out pretty much every time people respond to something like or post something like that. On the right, you can see I went through about 100 comments, and Target responds to their guests. They are listening, they are responding, they try to take it offline and help, preserve that customer service facing facade that they have. I do think that they partner with their guests to improve customer service. So when people are posting negative posts, regardless of if it's a product, so the different touch points, the product, the bathrooms, the actual person that checked them out, the bag that the product went into, whatever it is of the touch point, they are doing a really great job of responding and trying to make their customers happy. So they do post and guests. So guests post a lot of photos as well. So they are very visual back and forth, and I do think that helps with some engagement as well. And then positive and negative, people rave about Target, but they also go to their Facebook page just like everyone else and complain about Target. It's just how Target handles it, and I think they do a great job. Average engagement. So 12 o'clock is their lucky spot, their sweet spot, and Tuesday is their sweet spot as well. So they don't post a lot at noon on Tuesdays, and I think that would be my recommendation, is to maybe try to hit those sweet spots, and maybe Friday as well. Friday at noon, post something about a new product or their Starbucks location inside having a sweet treat or something to get people back inside the door. So that would be my recommendation, is taking a look of when their sweet spots for social media occur and their most engagement. And that's what I mean by sweet spot. These are when people are most actively engaging with Target back. So 12 p.m. Tuesday is a great day to post for them. So I think Target really hits the bullseye every time. I did read a lot of comments, and they weren't all great. They weren't all wonderful. There were some negative ones, but they do a great job of responding back to them. And I think that really sets them apart from some of their competitors, and that they've joined the conversation. They're there. They are loving the conversation, or if they're not, they look like they're loving the conversation, and they're really trying to keep everything on target and hit that bullseye. Thank you so much.